Well, hello. It is now 2024, people. My name's Ian Bailey, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be an exciting year for us both, hopefully. There's only going to be one viewer, and that's you. But it's going to be exciting for me, and it's going to be exciting for you, I hope. If you don't know me, I'm a magician. But mainly I'm now focusing on the creating side of magic, right? So I'm 33 when doing this video, right? It's January 2024. And I've been performing magic for 20 years now. So I started really when I was maybe it's about 23 years. I started when I was about 10 years old, 10 or 11. And really got into it through David Blaine. Watched David Blaine on TV, absolutely loved this one clip that I saw of him put a playing card through a window. The next day I went and brought a book on card magic, and it just took off from there. And ever since then I've been performing at weddings, at private functions, corporate dues, all sorts. But I also have a normal job. I'm actually an electrician. I own an electrical company, and I have been juggling both of those jobs. What has changed recently is in December last year now, in 2023, I had a baby. Both me and my wife had a baby. So he's only about 3 weeks old at the moment. And it really made me want to kind of change my lifestyle so that I was around more during the day, because I love the electrical work that I do. I've also enjoyed doing magic, but I tell you what's happened recently is I have found that I'm not enjoying the gigs as much as I used to. Right, I think a lot of people can relate to that. I think when you're younger, when you're in your 20s, you're really, really driven. You know, you want to kind of make yourself known. You want to book as many gigs as possible. But then, I sound like an old man, but things have started to kind of slow down a bit now. Especially having a baby now. It's like, actually, I want to be home enough. Home at the weekends and be around for him and for my wife. So this year is actually going to take a slightly different direction, and I hope you're going to join me on this year, because what I want to do is do fewer gigs and really focus more on the creating side. Now, if you don't know, I am a magic creator, and behind me you'll see some of the tricks that I've released. These are including, let me kind of go through them very quickly. So we've got the Jameson wallet. That is a card to wallet, brilliant card to wallet. I've actually got one here. It is actually something that I use every single day of my life. Lovely, very slim, sleek card to wallet. It does a peak function. It can be used as an index, a switch wallet, loads of stuff. So I've got the Jameson wallet with Alakazam. I've also got one card Monty, which is a three card Monty or a colour Monty. Also with Alakazam, great trick. Also carry it in the wallet, everyday carry. Wando blocks, great trick with a Lego wand made out of kind of Lego style bricks, like kind of block, interlocking blocks is what we'll call them. Alright, so there's that. There's also Dig It. Now, Dig It is my first kind of proper self-release, right? So I produced this myself, bought the packaging myself, designed the packaging, bought the packaging, made the props. My friend Vilu had a 3D printer. We made all of these little spades. I'll go into more detail about that in another video. But we did all that. That was a big risk, and it has paid off. It's a really good trick. It's very, very fun. It's the best card trick you can perform. Hilarious. Okay. Keyring. Keyring is another really good everyday carry trick, using a solid key which you are able to bend around your thumb. Lovely trick. Lovely trick. Alakazam release. Once again, great team at Alakazam. Wando blocks was Penguin Magic, by the way. The 1914 I released Cafe Hero with them. Great everyday carry item. There's a theme emerging. Use this coffee loyalty cards, right? You've got the premise of never having to pay for coffee ever again, right? And this trick is brilliant, okay? No longer on their website because they're focusing mainly on mentalism. So I brought all of the last units and I have them here. Measure for measure. A great, for me, as an electrician, everyday carry item, all right? Because it's actually a tape measure. And with this, you can predict whatever measurement they say between 0 centimeters and 8 meters. All right, it's a great stage effect, great stand-up effect. Then also, Dove Magic. Dove Magic is my newest release. This is my favourite stand-up effect. You're able to produce a dove. Shampoo. Hey, you thought I was going into the bird. No. I'm above that. This is cleaner. Dove shampoo. Alright. Great effect. Love it. So, I'm very passionate about the tricks that I've released. And what I want to do this year is kind of use YouTube as a way of me kind of showing you what I like to carry on an everyday basis. I've got a whole load of notes here. We're going to be looking at conventions that are coming up. I'll be doing kind of tips on not necessarily teaching you new magic, but actually teaching you tips that help change an effect that you already own. Okay, I don't want to say too much, but these little changes are things where you can take something that's a great commercial effect but hasn't really worked for you and make a change that allows you to perform this in your own everyday working environment or whatever. So these tips, hopefully you're really going to relate to. I'm actually going to be doing an EDC guide. Now, if you don't know, EDC, Everyday Carry, was not originated by magicians. Now, the first time I saw this in a magic context, actually I think the first time I ever heard of Everyday Carry was via a magician, and that was on Illusionist, because Illusionist brought out a card clip and it would slide into your card box, and yeah, Pete was working with Illusionist at the time, and Pirate Pete, if you don't know, just type in Pirate Pete coins and things like that. He's really into the everyday carry stuff. But he released this kind of card clip that allows you to store your money on your deck of cards. That's where it was first, in my opinion, the first time it was used in a magic context. It's now taken off, and everyone's obsessed with everyday carry. Now, this isn't, like I say, a magic phrase. It's certainly used a lot in magic, but it's used in a different arena. If you put in everyday carry into YouTube, you'll see people like myself obsessed with carrying around pouches and things full of random objects that help you survive in an everyday setting. Alright, this could be being stuck at a coffee shop and not having a charger. There's a battery bank in there. It may be you need to start a fire for some reason if you're at an Airbnb and there's a log fire and there's no lighter there. You've got a lighter. You've dropped your keys down the well. I've got some rope and a magnet. I'm prepared for a lot of things. So this is the everyday carry stuff. Now, what I am obsessed with is building little packs that suit different environments. And so I'm going to really be focusing on that, because now I'm a dad. I want to create a little magic pouch that I can have in my dad bag, my backpack, which all of those items look like they're for my son, but actually they're magic tricks. So that's one thing. I'm an electrician, so I like to carry kind of like tricks that look like tools and things that are average, the average things that you would see as an electrician carrying. But also things like taking down the coffee shop. I own a few tricks and created a few tricks perfect for that. All these different environments, I love kind of finessing and compiling best of tricks and put them into a kit that is perfect for different environments. So I'm very passionate about that. So I'll be teaching you about that as well. But also I'll be sharing my main inspirations, and the biggest inspiration I have, the person who's influenced me the most, is Jay Sankey. His magic is practical, it's fun, it's easy to do, it's straight to the point, there's no long routines, and that's the kind of magic I love. So I'll be talking about what my favourite tricks are with him, other influences as well, a whole load of stuff. But also along with that, I will actually be taking a deep dive into the tricks that I've already created. And the reason why is because a lot of people, when they buy a magic trick, they just see the trailer. They don't really know what's inside the box. They don't know what's the kind of thinking behind it. But also, when you release a magic trick, now I consider these done as far as I can go, right? To a certain degree. You get it out, it's like an artist releases it, and other people can kind of change and interpret it how they want. But I also like to revisit things, and I have other ideas for these tricks that I have created. So if you own one of these tricks, I can give you a few extra tips and routines with those. But if you've been on edge and you haven't been, you've heard of these tricks but you don't really know what they involve, I will be taking a deep dive into those tricks as well. So really this year is me writing a kind of a love letter to the magic community, talking about the magic that I've created, what I love about magic, but also just kind of helping my lifestyle transition into the creating side as opposed to being out at gigs all the time. So if you can support this channel, if you can subscribe, like the videos, comment below, tell me what you like and what you don't like. Mainly tell me what you like rather than don't like. That would be nice. But yeah, really support this endeavour that I have. And hopefully this channel will be a lot of fun. Hopefully I'll be doing interviews with people and all sorts. But hopefully this was a nice little introduction just to kind of dip your toe into what you can expect from these videos. But yeah, really appreciate you stopping by. Really appreciate you following this and subscribing. And I will see you next week where we'll be talking about the upcoming session convention. And you need to convince me whether I should buy a ticket. That's all I'm going to say. It's a positive thing. I love the session convention, but with having a baby now, I need to decide whether you think it's worth me spending time away from my wife and child and going and having a wonderful time at the session convention. So we'll be talking about that next week. But anyway, thank you so much. If you want to have a look at the magic that I have released for now, go and visit iainbaileymagic.com. On there you'll see a whole array of the tricks that I've released. Dove Magic and Dig It you can only get from my website, so have a look at those. You wouldn't have seen them anywhere else. And yeah, I will see you later. Thank you so much. I'll speak soon. Bye bye.